Well, the EFF has just finished its media briefing a short while ago on the fees protest, state capture and the case involving Finance Minister Pravin Gordhan. So for more on this, we cross to our reporter Aldrin Sampear, who attended the briefing. Thanks very much for joining us, Aldrin. I hope you can hear me this time. Now, Julius Malema came out with guns blazing and he has obviously asked the nation to join him and the EFF in downing tools to support Finance Minister Pravin Gordhan on November the 2nd. Just give us a bit more information on that.
Well, Nompo, I just want to take a step back. We arrived at this press briefing with the intention of hearing what the EFF's take is on the current political developments and the decision by Shaun Abrahams, the head of the National Prosecuting Authority, deciding to prosecute or charge rather Pravin Gordhan as well as two of his former colleagues in SARS. And he then gave a briefing, and when I asked the question on the treason charges that were laid against him by the ANC back in April, remember after he did that interview with Al Jazeera where he said that the EFF will remove the government through the barrel of a gun. Treason charges were laid against him by the ANC, and I asked for an update on that, and he indicated that he hasn't heard anything with regards to that, but then said that he'd just been slipped a note from the Secretary General of the EFF, Godrich Gadi, who indicated that actually right now at that moment there were police officers at the reception that were coming here to hand over summons to him for utterances that he made at the University of Free State. Remember that the University of Free State back in 2014, that is where the EFF's first national conference took place. It's still unclear what exactly these treason charges are for, but as Julius Malema said, it's utterances that he has made. I tried to speak to Godrich Gadi about this, and he said that they will try to ascertain exactly what the summonses are for, and at the moment there's a media scrum right at the reception trying to catch a glimpse of these police officers, and when I spoke to the receptionist, she indicated that the police officers are from Pretoria, so we are still waiting for more details with regards to that. But of course, the 2nd of November, as you've indicated, that is the big one. The EFF has called on everyone to march in the CBD of the city of Tshwane. But remember that the 2nd of November is also the date that Pravin Gordhan will be appearing for the first time at the Pretoria Regional Court, where he will be formally charged 2 charges of murder alongside his 2 other co-accused, which are his two former colleagues at SARS. So that is quite an interesting thing. And just considering, if you listen, for instance, at the press briefing that the ANC in Parliament was given, Jackson Mthembu, where indicated that the ANC is behind, well, this is the ANC in Parliament that was speaking at that point, the ANC is behind Pravin Gordhan, and on the 2nd of November they will be accompanying him at the court. We also heard from the Kathrada Foundation also indicating, Ahmed Kathrada also indicating that on the 2nd of November he will also be in court. So an overwhelming support for Pravin Gordhan, as he will be appearing at the Pretoria Regional Court. And then of course the EFF saying that march will also be a march to ask President Jacob Zuma to step down. They've lost confidence in the president, and this is not something new. Remember, there have been several marches even here in the city of Johannesburg asking for President Jacob Zuma to step down. He also spoke, and I guess this was what was a slap in the face of people like Ahmed Kathrada, who have asked President Jacob Zuma to resign. And he said there are veterans within the ANC who've asked the president to resign, yet those same people then asked people of South Africa, are South Africans, to vote for the ANC. So he's basically saying that they have absolutely no legitimacy. And then on the other hand, they'll also be asking for Shaun Abrahams to step down. They say he must resign. They believe that he has been captured by the Gupta families, and that's the reason why he decided to institute the charges against Pravin Gordhan and his former colleagues, Oupa Magashule, as well as Oupa Magashule, who is the former commissioner of SARS. So we'll have to wait and see. 2nd of November, the CBD in Tshwane will be filled. The EFF calling on all people, saying even ANC members can come. They can come wearing their ANC T-shirts. I asked the question around the state capture investigation. Remember that the investigation was first started by the ANC, or what the ANC was asked to investigate, and Gwede Mantashe, the Secretary General of the ANC, headed that investigation. That investigation was soon stopped because Gwede Mantashe said nobody came forward to give evidence. And when you look at the investigation being done by Thuli Madonsela and this backlash between to her office, this is the Public Protector's Office, as well as the office of the presidency from the Guptas as well, it seems as though that this investigation carries a lot of weight and definitely a lot of evidence. Julius Malema also indicating that they have gone to Thuli Madonsela and they are also among those who have given evidence to Thuli Madonsela. And remember, one of the requests from President Jacob Zuma was that he wants to interview some of the witnesses who have given evidence to Thuli Madonsela. And we have here Julius Malema saying that, listen, bring it on. Be careful of what you ask for, because we are not scared of you. And that's the message here from Julius Malema. It's back to you in studio.
Aldrin, let me interject there and ask you a little bit more about the statement he made around businesses, warning them that they should rather shut down on November 2. Was that really specifically speaking about the Tshwane area, or was he speaking about that nationwide?
It sounds as though that he was speaking about the Tshwane area, because remember that the protest will be happening in Tshwane, and he's saying that we can't guarantee the safety of those businesses in Tshwane, and making a call and saying that those people who will be working on the 2nd of November, tell your employers that you will be in the city of Tshwane. He also spoke about students who will be going to school, saying that tell your lecturers that actually you will be joining the EFF as they march in the city of Tshwane. But one thing interesting that he mentioned was that there will be militant action, and they're not afraid of what could happen in the city of Tshwane. I don't know whether this is just some rhetoric, political rhetoric, but we'll have to see, and we'll have to wait and see what will happen on that day. But he has indicated that they have received approval from the city of Tshwane, so most definitely, if thousands of people are expecting that the city of Tshwane on the 2nd of November, we can expect police members to come out in their numbers to ensure that the area remains secured.
Now, Aldrin, I understand that Floyd Shivambu is to your right, and perhaps you can catch him and ask him a little bit about the summons that you've just been telling us about.
Okay, I have here the Deputy President of the EFF, Floyd Shivambu. I'm going to see whether he'll be able to give us an update with regards to the summons. Floyd, if you can please come and join me over here. Well, there you have it, Floyd.